What's up guys, welcome back to another video, welcome back to the channel, and today we are finally going to be starting more work on the E60 530D. I'll explain at the end of the video why she's back, but she is back. I'm really happy by this. But first off guys, I'm going to have to time jump back to the other day. I want to show you guys the first bits that I done on the vehicle, which is lacquer peel on the wing mirrors. So let's get onto that, and then I'll be cracking on with some damage on the offside front bumper and giving the car a decent wash, because it's not had one since it's been back from the specialist. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the video and I will catch you at the end with the explanation. Okay guys, so the first job I need to do is tackle the wing mirrors. I don't know if you can see here, this is suffering from the old red lacquer peel issue on the wing mirrors. You can see here, it's just all flaking off and it's an eyesore on the car. We are going to paint these in the garage itself and do a bit of a DIY job. So yeah, so what I'll do is I'll just start by washing this down using some sandpaper to essentially rub down the lacquer peel, and then obviously just key the surface. And I have primer and Barber Rot Red with some lacquer in one kit. So yeah, we should be able to get these looking a lot better. Leave them to dry. I will leave them between coats to dry, use some heat, etc, etc. So yeah, let's do that now and get both of these done. Right, so before I start sort of preparing a paint area, I'm just going to wash these down quickly. This is just soapy water, washing up liquid, just to help with the cleaning process. Just using a microfiber cloth to wipe away any of the road grime that we're currently experiencing in the UK, what with salt on the roads and things. And also that's why I haven't shown you guys how to take these off, just purely because it's pitch black outside, so it's not really the best conditions for doing a video, so we'll just have to make do for now. So yeah, so that's nice and clean. So what we'll do now is we'll start sanding this down. I'm probably going to use, I don't want to go too heavy on this, so I'm probably going to use about 320 or so, just to get rid of this lacquer peel and bring the surface down nice and flat. Unfortunately, because of the fact it's a light bit of plastic, I can't actually use a sander, so I'm going to have to do this by hand. So I'm going to leave that to dry and then come back in 10 minutes and do one more. Okay, so I'm happy with that first wing mirror, so what I'll do is I will put that aside and leave that to dry. Right, so that's the primer done. I'll join you guys in a bit when these are both dried, and then we'll go on to the base coat and check to make sure there's no reactions or little nibs of dust and things in these. And yeah, let's try and get some colour on them. Right guys, as you can see now, I've got two primered up dry wing mirrors. Look pretty good actually, to be honest. There's a slight bit of reaction there that I need to sand down and a few little nibs, so I'll just grab some of my 500 grit. I'm just going to very gently just knock out anything that I can see. Right, so onto some colour. What I'll do is I'll do a few small coats, use a bit of heat because it is very cold, and then keep alternating and just build it up like that. Right guys, so you join me with some completely dry metallic red wing mirrors. They look pretty good. I'll show you in the end a bit of a cinematic of what they look like when they're done and polished up with the lacquer on. So let's just go ahead and put some lacquer on now. Right, so there you go guys, they're all lacquered up. What I'll do is I'll leave them to dry and then I'll come back and we'll move on to some next bits, and I'll polish them out as well. Not too bad, perfectly decent for a DIY job. Right, so the wing mirrors are back on, so all we're going to do is use some 2500 grit and some washing up liquid, and I'm just going to sand this down so that we don't have any pitting in the lacquer, and then we can then go and polish it out with the polisher. So let's do that. Just going to wipe it each time to make sure that I'm not burning through, and I'm being very gentle. As soon as I can't see any pitting, like around here, I'll stop sanding that down and I'll go for these edges slightly. Just trying to be careful to not burn through the edges. And all this will mean is when I go to polish it, it'll be a flat uniform finish and it will look like factory paint. Right, so I don't want to push my luck too much, so I'm going to go and get the DA now. I'm going to try and polish this out and see how it comes out. So I'm just going to use Maguire's Ultimate Compound on a hard hex logic pad on a DA. See how we get on with that. Right, so that's the first pass. It's looking really good, really flat. So I'm just going to work on some of these edges, and yeah, and then we'll move on to the next mirror. Alright, so I don't know if you can see that guys on camera, but you know, it's never going to be 100% perfect, but I would say it's pretty close to how it would be from factory finish, and you'd never know once the car's washed. So we'll move on to the next one. On camera it looks really good. In real life it does look really good. It's cost me literally £10 for the materials, and yeah, much better than all this horrible lacquer peel that's on top here. We'll move on to the bumper down at the front there, because there's a bit of paint work still on that, so I'll show you guys how to do that. Along here and around here is all ripped through right down to the base layer, to the plastic. There's a bit of a gouge here, and I'll be honest with you guys, it's not a massive issue, but the damage doesn't extend further than this line. So what I can do is I can put a soft joint here and then just blend it into this bit here, so I can keep this area very small, and it will look so much better, because when this is clean, this sticks out like a sore thumb, and yeah, it just doesn't look very nice. So what I'll do is I'll begin with cleaning this area off, and then I will start sanding this area down and getting rid of all these imperfections, and then use a bit of plastic filler, body filler, to fill anything else left in, and then we'll go for a bit of paint and see how it comes out. Right, so first things first, I'm just going to clean this bit up here, mask this off, because I do not want to touch any of this at all. It's not damaged in any way, and I want to localize any sand into really small area. And then I'll start with some filler. Right guys, so it's all sanded down nice and smooth. What I'll do now is I'm just going to finish off masking this area up and then washing this down, and then I'm just going to be very careful in terms of how much overspray I get, just to make sure it doesn't blow everywhere. But essentially I just want to really primer this area, bring the colour out about here, and then fade the rest out with some lacquer, and yeah, it should look 10 times better. So let's do that now. I'll just quickly give this a wipe down, a panel wipe down, and we'll move on to the paint. Right guys, so as you can see here, I've blended it in just down here, and I haven't yet polished it, so it is dull compared to up here, but already it's looking massively better. No more horrible gouges or anything, and once that's polished out, that is going to look 10 times better. So yeah, I think the next thing to do is, before I can polish that out, I need to probably wait a few hours to wash it first. So I'm going to do that now, and I'll join you guys a bit later on, and what we'll do is we'll wash the car, and then I'll try and fast forward the video to at least probably 24 hours or so before I can start polishing it out. So let's do that now, and I'll put a time lapse on for the clean, and we'll see how she comes out. Right, massive apologies guys, the English winter sun is giving me a bit of a hard time in terms of filming, but I cannot complain at all. Now what we're going to do is we're going to use some Auto Glim Polar Wash, just use some Built Hamber snow foam, then we're going to wash the car over. I've just put some Surfex HD cleaner on the wheels, and then yeah, we'll finish off with a bit of Polar Seal and see how she comes out. Right, onto the Polar Seal. Let's make this thing shine. And there we have it guys, all done, looking lovely. I'll show you that repair at the front, I'll show you the wing mirrors all in one and see what you think. let's do a quick cinematic and I'll join you in the car. So there you go guys, what a lovely transformation. Really has helped with the look of the car. It's finally got rid of all the scruffy bits that I wasn't too happy about. It may not be perfect, it may not be to a body shop standard, but the front bumper, as I say, has some filler cracks in already, so it's going to have to be taken off and respread at some point anyway. But for now, we will just keep with that, and still massive improvement, and same for the wing mirrors. So yeah, let me explain guys. So what happened was, how it all started was, I went to do a video for you guys on the mechatronics on the gearbox, in the hope to fix the issue with the gearbox delay shifting between first, second and third, and yes, it didn't help at all. I decided that I really didn't want to mess around with it anymore. I haven't got a ramp, so the best thing to do was to get a specialist to do it. They quoted me for a gearbox, a full gearbox, and yeah, it sort of took me to a place where, for you guys, I may as well just get another car. So yes, it wasn't the greatest of month. But yeah, basically, so it came back broken. I then proceeded to fill it up to the correct spec, with a lot of difficulty, to be honest, due to the fact you have to have it on flat ground with the engine running, and on axle stands. That was a bit of a pain, but I had nothing to lose at that point. And yeah, absolutely fixed it, you know, for the sake of, I think it was £200 all in for oil, the filter, etc, etc. So really happy guys, so it's back. So I hope you enjoyed that video guys. Next video I'm going to be working on the N47 again. She's looking rather sorry for herself, and she is due for the 5,000 mile oil change that I do on the N47 engine, periodic, you know, religiously, to be honest. So I'll show you guys how to do that. And yeah, in the meantime, I'm going to be looking at what to do with this vehicle. And if you've got any thoughts, let me know down below in the comments. But yeah, if you like the video, of course, give us a thumbs up and a like, subscribe down below, and if you want to see some more videos, I think I'll put them there. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next one. So hit the music, see you later.